Hello everyone, my name is Matthew James G. Meneses from Section BSAE 2-2. Welcome aboard this quick journey through the key takeaways from our civil air laws and regulations subject. Fasten your seatbelts as we dive into aviation insights, key takeaways in 5 minutes. First, let's talk about what air laws are. Essentially, air law is a series of rules governing the use of airspace, ensuring safety and efficiency in aviation. These laws benefit not only the aviation industry but also the general public and nations worldwide. In the preliminary period, we covered several foundational topics. First is the establishment of the Chicago Convention of 1944. This pivotal convention laid the groundwork for international air law, promoting cooperation and uniformity in aviation standards. Next is the main organizations in aviation. We explored the objectives of key organizations like the ICAO, IATA, AAPA, FAA, and EASA, all of which play crucial roles in regulating and promoting aviation safety and efficiency globally. Third are the major conventions. We discussed significant conventions such as the Paris Convention of 1919, Warsaw Convention of 1929, Chicago Convention of 1944, and the Montreal Convention of 1971, which contributing to the evolution of air law. Fourth are the Philippine Aviation Regulatory Framework. From early regulations during the colonial era to the martial law regime to today's structure involving the Department of Transportation, Civil Aeronautics Board, and Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines or CAAP. Lastly are the 9 freedoms of the air. These freedoms facilitate international air travel and commerce, outlining the rights of aircraft to enter and operate within the airspace of different countries. During the midterm period, we delve into the Philippine Civil Aviation Regulation, specifically the first 6 parts. Part 1 is the General Policies, Procedures, Definitions, which establishes the foundational terms and guidelines for aviation operations. The second part is Personal Licensing, which covers the requirements and procedures for licensing aviation personnel. Part 3 is the Approved Training Organizations, details the standards for training organizations in aviation. Part 4 is the Aircraft Registrations and Markings, which sets the rules for registering and marking aircraft. Part 5 is Airworthiness, which focuses on maintaining aircraft safety and operational standards. Lastly, we have Part 6, which is the Approved Maintenance Organization, which regulates the maintenance organizations, ensuring aircraft are kept in optimal condition. In the final period, we completed our discussion of the remaining PICAR parts, starting off with Part 7, Instruments and Equipment, which specifies the necessary instruments and equipment for safe flight operations. Part 8, Operations, covers the operational requirements for various types of flights. Part 9, Air Operator Certification and Administration, which details their certification process for air operators. Part 10, Commercial Air Transport by Foreign Air Carriers within the Philippines, which regulates the operation of foreign air carriers. Part 11, which is Aerial Work and Operating Limitations for Non-Type Certificated Aircraft, which governs aerial work and special operation. Part 13, Accident and Incident Reporting and Investigation, which outlines the procedures for reporting and investigating aviation accidents and incidents. Lastly, we have Part 18, Transportation of Dangerous Goods by Air, sets the rules for safely transporting hazardous materials by air. We also examined some foreign air laws and regulations. First is the Federal Aviation Regulations, or FARs, in the United States. These are mandates established and enforced by the FAA covering all aspects of aviation in the U.S. as part of Title 14 of the Code of Federal Regulations, or 14 CFR. Next is the EASA regulations in Europe. These regulations governs aviation safety and standards within the European Union, ensuring a uniform approach to aviation safety across member states. As we prepare to land, my reflection on this subject is that understanding and complying with air laws and regulation is essential for the safety, efficiency, and growth of the aviation industry. The knowledge we've gained will serve as a crucial foundation for our future careers in aviation. Thank you for joining me on this brief yet insightful journey through our civil air laws and regulations subject. We've now landed. Until next time, this is Matthew James Meneses signing off. Safe travels.